Hey y'all, this is Tyler Blake from tylerblakeart.com, and this is the 22nd and final episode of Beyond the 100 Days of Making Comics. It's the final episode for two reasons. The first reason is that I'm done with the comic, I'm done with the cover, and then this image that I'm sketching out here on this video is going to be for a Facebook advertisement to hopefully get people to sign up for my mailing list in exchange for a free digital copy of the comic. And then the other reason is that, since I finished the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, I've been a member of the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge group. I'm not active on Facebook really at all. I mean, I am like just a tiny little bit, but I wasn't active on the group over there, but we have a Discord. And anyway, the guy who started the challenge, Kevin Cross, hasn't been involved with it really for years. And he was on a video with Jeff Lafferty recently where, he hasn't had time to do anything with it, but then he was doing this interview where he said that he hated what the group had become, and he thought that, you know, he said some hurtful things about the people running it, and I don't really want to get into internet drama like ever, but it kind of everybody was like, okay, well, you do it yourself then, and left. So you know, anyways, we're starting up our own thing. We're coming up with a new name for the group, and we may or may not come up with our own challenges. I'm still going to be doing some art challenges. I won't. I was going to be doing another run of the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge, but I doubt that I'll do exactly that again. I might do. I really like 30-day challenges. Like Inktober is one of my favorites. So I might do like a 30-day comics challenge, or I might do like specific task challenges, like, you know, 30 days of penciling and 30 days of inking and so on and so on until a project is done. But I'm really not sure yet. So, anyways, I just wanted to draw a cool sword fight for y'all today. Well, it's really for me, but I'm showing y'all the process. I'm working in Clip Studio Paint, and I'm drawing really the same way that I would be in a sketchbook, but it is nice to be able to do things like take one character out for a minute to check your proportions and anatomy on the other character. So that's kind of what the crazy disco madness that you see going on right now. Um, I'm I wouldn't say I'm like proficient with Clip Studio yet. I'm proficient drawing, but this is still kind of a new and in many ways odd format for me. But it's really convenient. So, um, probably the best thing about it for me is the ability to do a lot of erasing and making changes without either destroying the paper or leaving like just a marked up mess where you can't really see where the lines are supposed to be, because there have been times in the past where that was an issue for me. So, if the character on the left here, his lower body's in kind of a completely different pose than when I started the sketch. And that, when I started the sketch, I didn't do thumbnails of this before I started, which is probably bad. Thumbnails are a good idea, but you have to be able to make changes on the fly too, right? And actually that's kind of touching on the overall theme for something that I wanted to touch on here. So a lot of the time when I do, like for this specific image, the point is the action scene. So the background is secondary. It could be a very detailed background, it could be just kind of a suggested background, it could be a totally abstract background. Because I did do kind of a lot of that in the comic. So this is like the next day, because I'm usually working on these like before I go to work or whatever. And this is sped up like super fast, by the way. The whole video is going to be about 9.5 minutes, so it's got less than 4 minutes left, and what is on film here, I think, represents about 40 minutes of drawing. So, anyways, I was saying you have to be kind of open to making changes on the fly and just letting the drawing work out the way it's going to work out. And usually, it's like really normal for me to hate every drawing that I'm doing about halfway through, where I just think, oh gosh, what am I doing? This looks like crap, yada yada yada. And but I'm used to just kind of working through that, and then as I get closer to the end, it starts to come together, and I go, oh, okay, that's what I was doing. So on this one here, I'm going to show the so I finished the pencils. They were fine. I did the inks, and then I started coloring it, and it just was not working at all on any level. Like, I really, really, really despised it. So normally my thing is that I would just keep going till the end, but on this one, I didn't even finish coloring the first version. I was like, I really need to do something different here. So I did a completely different background, and it turned out like far better, I think. So I'll show both versions at the end, and you can decide for yourself, dear reader. So, I know that I don't have like perfect Michelangelo anatomy going on. Somebody like Stan Prokopenko would probably have a lot to say about it, but it is, comics, and I to this day I still am heavily influenced by How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way and Burn Hogarth, because those are really the two, well, the book and the author that shaped a lot of my early figure drawing, especially being able to draw the figure from imagination and construct like what I've been doing here. So, yeah. And the other thing that's convenient about the Clip Studio Paint is, okay, why do we draw muscles on figures that are going to be clothed? Because the underlying forms affect the outer forms. So, like, the contours of the body are going to affect where wrinkles are and things like that. So that's why you basically draw everybody like a naked mannequin in the store and then add clothes on top. And that's one of the convenient things about digital, is that you're basically like the first 90% of your drawing you're gonna erase and will never be visible because you're covering it up in clothes. But this process does leave a nice clean finished product, so that's cool. Okay, so we're coming up on the end of this. There's the finished inks, and the ugly, horrible version that I hate, that I didn't finish, and then the finished version that I am actually quite pleased with. So, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time.